can empower people is to get our banks to invest on people, you know. But even though our banks can invest on people, if they invest on people, like Ms. Marionette Cole mentioned earlier, if we does not have the resources to facilitate their initiative, which I think electricity is paramount to, any form of development that we want to undertake now is underpinned by having consistent and sustainable renewable energy. I think renewable energy is the key because it does not create pollution, it does not affect the environment, and it's sustainable. And we have a lot of resources available in our country, you know, wind power, you know, that's.
Okay, I think we lost Mr. Mustafa right there, but I believe he'll call back in. Mr. Midmans, I would like for you to take a stab at the topic. How can technology and entrepreneurship help Sierra Leone capitalize on the ongoing African economic boom?
Thank you, Leslie Koroma. I'm very proud of you, and I am honored to be part of this discussion, like I said earlier. And I think the two speakers that have, contributed before me have actually done a very good job, and I applaud them for that. Today, we cannot afford to make the mistakes we've made in the past. So therefore, it is timely that we actually reassess all of our fundamentals without any emotions to know that the technology of today is not only readily available around the world, but that technology today can help to ease life, make work easier for everybody, grow wealth for everybody, and I'm talking of scale. I'm talking of economies of scale. And in extractive industries, we should be able to use this technology of today to grow wealth in scale. And that is how I am looking at this particular topic, because forever we have been an extractive industry. I'm not saying that we should just remain an extractive industry. Yes, renewable energy, yes, but clean energy, yes. We can talk about all these things, artificial intelligence. We can talk about all these things. What is the internet? What are computers? What is an aeroplane? Where has the radio been? Today we have Skype and we have, voice and stuff like that. These things are all working for us in the developed world, and we don't need to even invest the way that the developed world invested in order for them to reap what they are reaping today, because today everybody has a template in what is called best practices.
Right.
We just need to follow the template of who has done it better, how they did it. China, for example, Indonesia, for example. Okay, the gentleman that just spoke before me was talking about how Botswana is using their diamonds, in order to grow wealth. We have to pull our people from being poor, from poverty, pull these strings of poverty from our people. Now, this is where I think this particular topic is very, very critical to our own country. How can entrepreneurship and technology today actually help Sierra Leone? In every way you look at it, it has to help our country. Now, who is an entrepreneur? Everybody can become an entrepreneur, particularly in an environment where you have 80% of people who are unemployed. I hope I'm not speaking too fast.
No. We get you. I know you're passionate about the topic. Yeah, I understand that. That's fine. You're perfectly on point. Go ahead. I mean, we get you. We get you. The listeners are getting you. They understand you.
So what I'm saying is, how can the government of the day empower these people, the citizens of Sierra Leone, to be able to gain capital, to be able to compete with foreign investment? Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora alone contribute billions of dollars into that country every year. Now, what's happening in the West, like in America, if you have a community that is contributing that amount of money to a certain product, you can call and make decisions. You can make your voice heard. You can actually bargain because you have a bargaining chip. Now, where are we going wrong? Because Sierra Leoneans, we don't come together. We like to argue together. We like to be noisy together. What we like to do is party together. But as far as making money together, nobody wants to do that. Years ago, I suggested if we could have just a fraction of Sierra Leoneans in the metropolitan area of Washington, D.C. contribute $1 a month, not a day, $1 a month, okay? We can reinvest that money and make a lot from Sierra Leone to happen for Sierra Leoneans, for everybody to see. Even if it's just because of the kind of money that we're pushing into Freetown, we are helping the government in so many ways. But together, in oneness with one voice, we could be, either the lobbyists say we want to take up the cleaning of the city, for example. We should be able to do that, taking technologies that we know can do that here. And it will be about our back. And it will be too effective.
I agree with you, man. Very passionate points, and I know we got much to discuss on. Known as Medmans of Maryland, USA, gave a very passionate opening point right there about how he feels about this topic, and also you had just been listening to the other two panelists as well, Miss Marinette Cole and Mr. Mohamed Mustafa Kamara of Nottingham, England. We were just joined briefly just a while ago by Mr. Boy Jalo Jambore of Norway, and Mr. Jambore is another man who is very passionate about the issue of entrepreneurship and the use of technology in our nation. Mr. Jalo Jambore, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir, Mr. Leslie Koma.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. You're very welcome. I was just going around giving the other panelists that we had earlier before you came on a chance to take a stab at the topic. We're still on the first segment, and we just wanted you to take a quick stab at this topic. And what do you feel, how can Sierra Leone benefit from the use of technology and the promotion of entrepreneurship with it to its people? We're not talking about entrepreneurship for anybody else. We're talking about entrepreneurship for Sierra Leoneans. How can we benefit from this going forward as a nation?
Thank you very much. I think the very first issue is we have to ask a question. Are we ready to take control of our economy? If we can answer that question, then we have the beginnings of looking at how technology and entrepreneurship can help us. The question is asked because, in the first place, the last speaker was saying we put in so much in terms of repatriated monies into our economies. But let us look at the framework that is handling these repatriated monies. They are foreign bodies. You talk about RIA International, you talk about Western Union, MoneyGram. These are all foreign institutions who run a service of sending money to people to receive those monies. They get the commission. They pay back to their agents. I'm doing some work for MoneyGram. They pay 13% of the fees people pay to every agent. Others, like RIA and others, pay a little bit higher. Okay? But at the end of the day, the actual impact of these monies don't go well down into our society. Because most of these monies we send as individuals are used by individual families to take care of daily needs. If we are talking about technology and entrepreneurship, let us look at how we can harness these billions of dollars that we send as individuals how we can, as a body, a social group, take control of spending these monies so that those profits that are going out now will go to us. And thirdly, how we can use that harnessed money. Now we have a stock exchange in Sierra Leone. We have the Bank of Sierra Leone issuing treasury bills and bonds, etc., etc. How many of us are using those things to create capital? The point is, we have to be looking at how can we create capital, not how can we use money. Money is one thing, it's a medium of exchange. Creating capital is the beginning of entrepreneurship. And that is what we lack as Sierra Leoneans. We lack it because, in the first place, most of us, 90% of us, put our egos before our wisdom. Sierra Leoneans like to say, I don't bilos, let me get that car. You've done nothing. You've only used your ego to spend money. But
can I just come into that very quickly?
Yeah, come in.
If you could just make way, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Ms. Cole.
Precisely that point there, for instance, social housing.
Oh, is this Mustafa? Is this Mustafa?
Mustafa Kamara.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So social housing is one area where I believe we can start to create some equality in every society, like Mr. Jamboree just said, where we cannot create capital. There is no incentive to create wealth, especially empowering individuals. Like, for instance, you mentioned bonds, shares, and things like that, still in stock exchange. But I think most of our problem lies not with those issues. Those are external issues. Those are complementaries to development. Shares and bonds, even though they create stability, but it's one aspect that is an external factor. I'm talking about organic factors that will create wealth in our society. One aspect, I believe, is addressing issues of social housing. If you look in our society today, I believe 70% of the land tenures, ownership of properties.
Yeah, I think we lost Mr. Mustafa again on that. But basically, guys...
if I can just continue, Yes.
This is Mrs. Cole.
Somebody else may want to comment.
Yeah, Miss Cole, go ahead.
Please,
yes.
Just like Mr. Jala Jambore was saying, irrespective of what technology, technological improvements we have that are geared towards, entrepreneurs, if there is no trickle effect on the local, on the local economy,
right?
And the purpose is being defeated.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. And that's the problem. And that's the issue we have.
I was just basically on my introduction dealing with that is necessary for technology and entrepreneurship to take over. You see, the next side of the whole story is like the last speaker tried to mention, the ripple effect. Those monies we send to individual families, they take care of daily needs. They put some money into the mainstream economy. But what effect does it actually have on development is the big question. And we can find answers to that question if Sierra Leoneans like us in the diaspora begin to think of ways and means of coming together, forming corporate bodies, putting aside, if it's, let's say, $5 per month, if you have 100 people, $105 put aside in a safe place in Sierra Leone, within a period of a year or two, can be capital that can be used to generate more capital. Companies don't form from millions. Companies are formed from great ideas, great initiatives, small capital that can be used as collateral to attract more capitals. In fact, most companies, like most of the companies we have in Sierra Leone now, London Mining, etc., They started with very small capital. They sold bonds, stocks, and every other